Hey guys, it is Admin. Welcome back to another Datapack showcase video. Today we're going to be looking at the Moar Redstone pack, which adds 7 new redstone components to the game. The overall goal of the Datapack is to add new redstone components to the game that fill a role that is not currently filled with Minecraft Redstone, while also trying to fit in nicely with the balance of the actual game. Also, while the pack does add 7 new components, in today's episode we're only going to be looking at the first 3. Those are the Redstone Receiver, Redstone Transmitter, and Handheld Redstone Transmitter. The other 4, plus whatever I do with an update, will need to be saved for another day. Real quick before we jump into it, if you're interested in supporting me financially, you can do so on Patreon. There's a link in the iCard in the top right. But my Patreon supporters have actually had access to this data pack for a full 4 months. I just did not get around to posting it, but I made it available for them. And so if early datapack releases are something that interests you, make sure to donate $1 or more a month and you will have access to that. We also have a Patreon exclusive server that runs a lot of our datapacks, including this one. If those perks do interest you and you do have the financial capabilities to support us, we would greatly appreciate it. So thank you for considering it. With that said, let's jump into the datapack showcase portion of this video. To get started, we're going to need to craft these devices. To do so, we need our custom crafter. That's a dropper facing upwards, and we drop a crafting table on top, and we get a custom crafter. So, let's use this custom crafter to make the 3 recipes we're going to be looking at today. To make the transmitter, we take a redstone block, 2 iron ingots, and 2 diamonds. We get our redstone transmitter. The receiver has a diamond in the middle, 2 redstone dust, and 3 iron across, and 1 at the base. And finally, the wireless transmitter is a diamond at the base, a button in the middle, 2 iron on each side, and a redstone torch on the top. And we get our handheld redstone transmitter. So what exactly do these devices do, and how do I use them? Well, if you hover over them, you can see that there's text there that says channel:0. That's because these can be linked to each other when placed on a repeater. So if I shift right click on top of a repeater, it will be placed on top of it. I would suggest then placing redstone dust out the front to give it an update. If we power this, you'll see that nothing occurs. The little red particles will appear on the actual torch, but nothing happens besides the repeater itself getting powered. That's actually because we need to link the transmitter to the receiver. So if we break this and pick up this, you'll see it says channel 3. If we throw this on top of this, and now it's going to say channel 2, because this one is channel 2. If we place the repeater back down and place this on top, and power it now, you'll see that this one powers, and that's actually completely wireless. Now, if you know much about redstone, you could probably see that there's a lot of potential here, but this is not the end of the potential. For example, I could take another receiver and bind it to this receiver and place it down, and now when I activate this, both receivers will activate. I could also take a transmitter, bind it on the same channel, channel 2, and place it down. Oh, sorry, you have to place it on a repeater. And if I do this, you'll see it also activates both of the receivers. So now either of these inputs will activate all of the receivers. This was coded in such a way that you can have an infinite amount of transmitters and an infinite amount of receivers all on the same channel, and it will work. But that's not all. You can have multiple channels. So if I place down another transmitter and throw this down, it should bind to it, and now it will say, oh, it's still channel 2. So because this is already channel 2, if I attempt to bind to it, it is still going to be channel 2. However, if I take a cauldron and fill it with water, I can clean the actual device, or I could just craft a new one, but currently it says channel 2 on it. If I throw it in here, we will clean it. And now it says channel 0. I can do the same for this, channel 2, and it goes to channel 0. So and I deleted it. Very nice. So now we have a channel 0. If I place this down, and then I could bind this one to it to check what it is, you'll see we get channel 4. Come to think of it, it would probably be a bit easier to do this if I'm in survival mode. So if I pick this one back up, you'll see it says channel 2. Now I can bind it. Now it's going to be channel 4, and I can place it back down. And essentially we have different channels, meaning that there's different networks. So these two are on the channel 4 network, and all of these are on the channel 2 network. And because of this, you can essentially have as many networks as you want and as many transmitters or receivers on the same network as you could possibly imagine wanting. But that is not all. We also have a handheld redstone receiver. I can again bind this to either of these, and if I right click with this, it will give a quick pulse to the actual receiver that I bound it to. Of course, that is on the network, so in this case channel 4, but if I bring it over here, I can bind it to channel 2, and both of these will be powered. This is extremely powerful and could be used for all sorts of things. Let me jump into a couple examples of how you could use this. Alright, so here I made something really simple with it. So I have my wireless transmitter bound to this receiver right here, and it will power this piston, but it does a quick pulse to it, meaning that this piston turns into what's known as a T flip-flop. So every time I pulse it, the redstone block moves back and forth. This then can be used to power a door. So I can have a door, and I open it with a right click, and I close it with a right click. So only the person that actually has the receiver that is, or the transmitter that's bound to this door would be able to open it. So that's really cool. But of course, it's also kind of nice because I can do it from literally anywhere. This does not stop at just doors, of course. You can activate any redstone device with this, meaning you could maybe turn on and off your farms, or you could, I don't know, have a trap somewhere that you can wirelessly activate. Maybe you just have like a couple pressure plates nearby, and when someone steps on it, it does something inside your base to like activate defenses. I don't know. It's up to your imagination. You could do whatever with this. So I think I made something fairly powerful that a lot of you could enjoy, and that's about it for this one. So if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave a like on it, and I know a lot of you are not yet subscribed, but we're about to get to 2,000 subscribers, so please do hit that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot to me to be able to reach quite a large milestone. But that is all I have for today's episode, so I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thanks for watching.